Hello everyone, my name is Kyler, and this is the Locked In interview with CurlyFries. Please enjoy.
Thought about the rap shit, no more cap shit. One bitch take my lyrics and put them as a caption on the gram. Girl, I take this and say it's a whole jam. Nigga, you ain't fam. Me and Vin Deuce about to hop and I land.
What is the origin behind Locked In? Well, after the release of Life of CurlyFries 1, I did a poll in June on Snapchat for album names for my next project. The two choices were Professional Artist and Locked In. However, after I did this, I completely forgot about doing it. Then I proceeded to fall in love with anime and released my worst album. It wasn't until October of 2021 that I revisited the idea of Locked In, and that's whenever I originally announced Locked In to be released on May 24th. What was Locked In looking like when you first announced it? Well, when I first announced Locked In, the tracklist was completely different. And my Instagram post wasn't lying that I had written every song, whenever I first announced it. However, this was before I began my Kanye phase. The original track list for Locked In still had Heaven, Go to Sleep, which it was different verses and a different instrumental, had the Forbidden Love interlude, it had Paycheck, and it had Regret. Aside from those, the remainder of the track list consisted of songs called No More Tears, Needed, Money Man, which is actually a scrap song from Life of CurlyFries 1, Ready Set Rap, Uno Dos Tres, and a song called Little Bitch. Safe to say, it was not as good as the Locked In everyone knows, and if I released the original Locked In, I would not be as satisfied as I am with Locked In. Do you have plans to drop any more Locked In era songs? Maybe, just maybe in the future you will hear them, but they would definitely be reworked and probably have different beats if they took beats off of YouTube, which the only song I didn't was probably Go to Sleep, so yeah, they'd all have different beats since I'd much rather prefer to make my own instrumentals than go off of YouTube now since I own the copyright for them. So yeah, maybe we'll hear more in the future, maybe we won't, maybe just maybe. Do you have any plans for a Locked In Deluxe? I did actually have original plans to do a Deluxe for Locked In. However, that ended up falling through due to some exciting news, and you'll hear that eventually. It hasn't been announced yet, but you'll hear it. My plan with the Deluxe was not to add any story to Locked In, it was just to have good songs, the whole Deluxe was going to be produced by me entirely, and I actually had all the beats done and verses written, but I just never recorded it, and like I said, it got canceled due to some future news. My favorite beat that I made during this time is a beat called No One Knows, and it samples Kanye West's I Thought About Killing You. You'll definitely hear that beat in the future. Beat and the lyrics, you'll definitely hear it in the future. I don't know when, but you will hear some version of it. I promise that, no matter how long it takes. Do you have any plans in the future for more music? As a solo artist, I don't know if I will release more albums in the future or songs. I had this thought on my head going through the making of Locked In, that if I did well, I would make music in the final year of high school again. So I guess we'll have to wait since, I'm only going to be a sophomore next year. As a feature artist, though, I would totally be down to do a verse. That'd be fun. Hit me up if you want to do a verse. I'll gladly do it for free. What is the significance to having Day Whatever at the end of every Locked In song? On Wake Up, I say Day 1. On Go to Sleep, I say Day 217. Shit, I just stuttered. Well, this is because Heaven was the first song written for Locked In that made it to the release date, and that was written on October 15th, 2021. Go to Sleep was the lastly written song, and that was March 20th, 2022. In between the beginning and the end, it was a total of 217 days. So basically, it took around 217 days to write Locked In, if you think about it that way. So I decided just to split the random numbers up between every song and have me as well as my friends say the numbers, kind of like there's like the day 121, all that stuff. You get the point. What artist or artists inspired Locked In the most? Locked In was inspired by Kanye West as well as Juice WRLD. As of now, I'd probably say Ye and Juice are my favorite artists. However, my Ye inspiration shine through on Locked In more. You can hear it in the beat selection, especially. I remember 808s was the first Kanye album I listened to because of the influence I heard it had over, everyone. And I didn't think it was that good at first, honestly. I also listened to it since Donda was supposed to drop soon, so this shows you how long ago this was. Donda was the second Ye album I listened to, and that was when it dropped on that Sunday. I listened to it through a Twitch streamer named Dante. Shout out to Dante, love that guy. It took a lot of time to grow on me, but now I really enjoy it. Remember the first time I listened to Dark Twisted Fantasy, I remember liking Power, All the Lights, and Runaway. That was it, which is crazy because that album is now my top 3 favorite albums of all time. It grew on me a bunch. I just listened to it continuously, like day after day, and then I began, slowly remember, just everything. I began to dive more into his discography, listening to College Dropout, Graduation, Jesus, Late Registration, Pablo, everything like that. And just, I fell in love with Kanye. It was like, whoa, this is fucking amazing. Are you kidding me? With Locked In, every Friday I took inspiration from Kanye's Good Friday releases. I would release a throwaway song for a couple of weeks. I only did like 3 weeks. It's like I just forgot about it. But, yeah. After I had finished Kanye's discography and had learned more about his perfection in music, I wanted to make Locked In the best I could with only a USB microphone and myself to mix and master. Not just the reminder. The entire album was recorded with the USB Yeti Blue Snowball and was mixed and mastered by me entirely. No one else helped me mix and master. Didn't have like a professional mic or anything. Nope, that was it. So yeah, I wanted to make it the best I could. I think I did a hell of a job, honestly. Oh, and the lyrics on some songs, I do reference Kanye in his music. I reference, not talking about Ye, but I said it was a cruel winter. Free. Unfortunately, Free couldn't come out, but that definitely had the most references to just other things. Anyways, hope Donda 2 drops soon. Love you, Ye. Who are your favorite artists and what are your favorite albums? Good question. I'd probably have to say my top 5 favorite artists as of now are Kanye number 1, probably Juice WRLD at number 2, Travis Scott at 3, but I haven't really gone fully through his discography. I listened to Rodeo, I listened to Astroworlds, and I fell in love with Rodeo. Rodeo is in my top 3 favorite albums of all time. At 4, I'll have to say X, honestly. It's a shame what his management team's done with his legacy after he passed, but Question Mark is my top 5 favorite albums of all time. The Weeknd or Kendrick, though, for number 5. They both take my number 5 spot, because I love The Weeknd, I love Kendrick. It's hard to choose over both of them, but I know I have to have them in my top 5. For my favorite albums, I'll do 10, just because I like 10 favorite albums I can think of, Number 1, Ye by Kanye. Ye is my favorite Kanye album. I don't know why it is, but I think every song is perfect on Ye. And Ghost Town is fucking phenomenal. Second, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. 2 Kanye albums in my top 2. That's pretty fucking good. 3 is Rodeo by Travis. Goodbye and Good Riddance is 4. Easily. Goodbye and Good Riddance inspired me a lot whenever I first listened to it. And it was there for me. At 5, I'm going to have to say Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. Like, real talk, Thank You Next by Ariana Grande is fucking amazing. It's beautiful. I don't care what anyone says. I went to an Ariana Grande concert. It was a fun experience. Hell yeah. 6 is Question Mark. Definitely. 7 is probably The College Dropout. There's only like 3 songs on The College Dropout that I skip. There's Breathe In, Breathe Out, and Get 'Em High. And every once in a while, School Spirit, but that's it. I don't rate those, like 3 that I will skip. Number 8, The Melodic Blue by Baby Keem. Absolutely. Melodic Blue is fucking great. I don't care what anyone says. I love listening to Melodic Blue. And then 9, Eternal Take by Uzi. I remember whenever Eternal Take dropped, that was a hell of a day. That was a fun album to listen to. The only things I really like about Eternal Take are probably the opening set of songs. Fucking dogs are barking, damn it. And then at 10, I'd have to give it to Montero by Lil Nas X or Whole Lotta Red by Cardi. Montero, I feel like Montero is just really good as an album. And Whole Lotta Red's also, like, it grew on me a shit ton. Like, people aren't lying when they say Cardi's music grows on you, because fucking Whole Lotta Red, I listened to it the day it dropped and thought it was shit. A couple months later, I take my shirt off and all the hoes stop breathing. Fucking, you're a great album, good album. That's definitely my top 10 though, as of now. What projects or songs have you scrapped? Honestly, I always question myself, how do artists just scrap songs and just get rid of songs that are like completed? And then, I realized, maybe they weren't complete, maybe it wasn't the vision they wanted. The first song I happened to scrap was a song called Pop, and it was scrapped from Stars, and it was gonna have a feature, but I never got the feature, and I already recorded the chorus and my verses and everything, but I just didn't drop it. Instead I ended up releasing Skirt Skirt. Other than that, I think that's like pretty much the only. I guess there's. I did scrap a song from the anime album, but that's just because the song was terrible, and that's coming from the fucking anime album. So it probably would have fit in perfectly. But for albums, I only have 2 scrapped albums. One being the infamous Sad Boy Hours, that was announced in February of 2020. I remember. It was a dark time in my life. And then the other being S.I.M.P 2, which, not many people know about because I just posted on my Instagram, so that was it. Sad Boy Hours was actually completed. However, I felt it to be stupid to release an entire album crying about a failed relationship. Like, let's be honest here, no one wants to hear me crying about, oh, please come back! No one wants that shit. Songs have made it to other released projects from Sad Boy Hours. Heartbreak was a single for it. Twirl on S.I.M.P 1, that was from Sad Boy Hours. Slit Slide and You and from LOC 2, those were all Sad Boy Hours era type songs. And then there were 5 other songs that were that no one has heard, that were from Sad Boy Hours, that are just on my flash drive, with music. For S.I.M.P 2, not much is really known by the general public, or much less myself, honestly. Euphoria was going to be on it, and the project was supposed to drop on Valentine's, but Euphoria took its place. And like the recording process of S.I.M.P 1, which, if this is news to you, then here you go. I started freestyling and auto-tune over Slime on beats. He's a fucking goated producer, by the way. Give him some respect if you don't know who he is. And a couple were finished, honestly. There were 2 main reasons why it wasn't released, though. One is that I felt it might tarnish Locked In's reputation to be like the holy grail of my albums, for it being bad. So I didn't really want to ruin Locked In by dropping a project that's going to be shit, so people don't listen to Locked In. And the other is a personal reason, but I don't really care to get into that. But yeah, that's pretty much it for albums and songs that I scrapped. There isn't really much about that. Personally, if I finish a song and I like it, I'm gonna keep it. Talk about the 6th grade era. If I'm being honest here, the song 6th grade means the world to me. Even if I consider the song bad compared to what I do now, it sparked my love for making music, so I respect it for that. For the album itself, I didn't really know what to do. Most songs are copies of others, if I'm being honest here. Give Them Some Money's a blatant copy of Notice by Lil Mosey, same flow. Even if it's off beat, you can still hear that. The beat's a Notice type beat. Car Dealer's a copy of Boogie's Look Back at It, Look back at it, says you never, that song. And gotta start somewhere, I guess. The story behind the 6th grade song was I wanted to talk about my year in recording. That's literally the only story I have for it. I remember after I did Asian Chicken, I just wanted to rap about the year and then release it on the final day of school. Don't Be Gay on School Campus was about an event called Wiener Whackin' Wednesday. Hell of a name for us 6th graders. Where you go up and just sock some guy in his nuts. Just like, the guy's chilling at recess and homie walks up, hey! Just punch him right in the nuts. Wiener Whackin' Wednesday. But one day the principal had a talk because someone tried punching the principal in the balls, and goddamn, they must have some balls to do that. Then he pretty much just told us, I don't care what you guys do at home, but don't do it on campus. Basically saying don't be gay on school campus. That's how that came. Track 3, Alright. It was actually about a girl who became my girlfriend, and I'd only met her once at a friend's house. Hope she's doing fine. I haven't talked to her in a while, like a long time. Like, we just kind of just stopped talking, if I'm being honest with you. There wasn't anything bad with us. I was inexperienced. I didn't even know what fucking ILY was. But shit, man, it's my first girlfriend, so you gotta start somewhere, you know what I mean? But yeah, I wrote that about her. Deep Love was supposed to have a feature, but it didn't happen. There's not much story behind it, if I'm being honest with you. It's kind of just a hard song. It's supposed to have a feature in the second verse. And then Car Dealer was a song I wrote about a gambling addiction in my family and how it had a negative effect on my family. To me, I doubt really anybody knows that unless I've told them that. Car Dealer is another song that means a lot to me just because I know the backstory behind it and everything. Yeah. Gas Leak was about a gas leak. Boom, that's pretty much it. And the everybody get the fuck out right now! That was actually something that was said by a kid, John, in my class. He just came in, busted through the door, just screamed, "Everybody get the fuck out right now!" I remember, I was like, oh yeah, I want to replicate that for the song, so. Can We Get an F from the Chat was literally created 2 hours before the album came out. I literally needed an extra song, got on my computer, boom, boom, or I forgot what the melody is. I remember I did the melody though, just playing it on my computer shittly, and then just, "Can we get in the F in chat for everyone who died this year?" I did that shit. But yeah, I was literally 2 hours before the album dropped. X's and F's had a music video recorded for it, and X's and F was actually, probably it's still in my top 10 favorite songs I've done. Because I do think, aside from mixing, of course, it actually stands up with some of my songs now as being as good as them. But there was a music video recorded, but it was not that good of one, It was like me dancing in my barn and like packing up the shit I was rapping about inside moving bags. Yeah, I don't know. It actually, in one of my YouTube videos, you can see the clips I'm talking about because I put it in there as just random videos. I remember doing that. But yeah, and that was actually supposed to be the outro to 6th Grade, the album. It kind of feels like an outro. But I forgot about getting some money, and at this point in time, I was like, if I release a single, I have to put it on an album. I can't just leave it off. So I ended up getting some money as the last one. And that song, I guess, it's inspired. The morning I wrote and recorded that song, I had to give a friend $20 because I was petty and logged onto their Clash Royale account and spent $20 worth of their items. So I had to give them $20 to pay them back. I was like, gotta help the boys, gotta give them some money. Good shit, man. Good days, man. And also, I'm gonna hope they can edit it in, but there was an original album cover for 6th Grade. If you see it on there, then it's there, but if you don't, well, that sucks. But yeah, there was an original album cover for 6th Grade that didn't make it just because I didn't know how to import it onto my computer to use. Talk about the Stars era. Stars, my second album, the Edicts of Jerky Flavor is Turkey album. Whatever you want to call it, whatever I call it. This is my era where I knew how to stay on beat and I was able to get features. It's fun stuff. The intro was inspired by X, how he'd always have spoken word intros to his album, so I wanted to do that. And I also sort of took the I'm a versatile artist look from him. But man, I used to steal everything. Shit, man. Fuck, I was not original. Trust Me was the first song I ever recorded that I would actually curse in my rap, which is interesting because I've been cursing for a while at school, around my friends, everything like that, but for some reason I didn't want to curse at all in 6th grade. Like me saying "everybody get the fuck out" in Gas League, that was like, whoa, holy shit, I think I just crossed a boundary, which is fucking crazy looking at me now. And even me talking right now, I'm cursing like crazy. But yeah, Looking Like No Other, it's still one of my favorite songs I've ever made. It's easily in my top 10. Stars was my first collaboration I did. Even though Loser came out before the album, this is the first collaboration I did. Remember the day that JJ came over to record his verse for Stars, we went to go ding dong ditch people and recorded it. I still have the videos on my phone of us doing that, and we look so young. But the video never came out just because I couldn't send everything to it. His entire verse was a freestyle, and we worked together to write the parts. Just say he'd freestyle and we write it down, freestyle, write it down. Just a long process. But yeah, I Don't Steal Music, big surprise, it was stolen. It takes big influence from Ariana Grande's song Boyfriend, which I fell in love with when it dropped. Boyfriend, fucking great. It's still one of my favorite Ariana songs, easily. But the beat's a type beat from that and everything. So, I just wanted to do that. And then I Don't Steal Music, That flow is taken, so guess I do still music. Spaceman was a diss track towards one of my friends who I miss dearly now, but at the time, he would annoy me due to his constant calls. But I do love him though. He's a great guy. I haven't talked to him in a while. Love Wave was another song that I had my crush all the time in my mind for whenever I was writing it. I also was listening to that French Montana Cardi B song a lot. I forgot what the fuck it was called. I had Post Malone on it as well. But yeah, so that's where I got the chorus from, you know, the that or whatever. I don't think I knew what a three-way was at the time, which is interesting to know now, but you know, yeah. Skirt Skirt is my personal top two worst songs I've ever made list. I hate it. It was completed, I think, a week before the release date of Stars, and it was recorded. I recorded the chorus through a different computer and mic, so the chorus is what mainly pisses me off because it's so unmixed, it's offbeat, and it's fucking clipping. His sound's terrible. The verses are like not good at all either. They're just shit. I can't believe once again back to pop. I can't believe I didn't have pop on the album, but I had fucking Skirt Skirt on the album. Man, I was fucking not smart. I was not smart. Loser was a fun to do song, mainly because, you know, I had my part done, but then I asked Dre to hop on it. And I wrote his verse for him, sent him a picture of it, and then he got back to me like 3 days later, I think, with an Instagram video of him just rapping his verse, looking at the paper. And to record the song, I remember I literally held the phone up against the microphone and then just played the verse so it'd go into the microphone instead of like, you know, I didn't like upload the video and get the MP3 for it so I could actually have a high quality. Literally held the phone against the microphone. Surprised there wasn't more background audio. You gotta be honest with you, man. But yeah, it was an interesting time. Stars was an interesting time for me, musically and everything. Brain Out came from a freestyle me and a bunch of guys would do in PE, just I am in my brain out, I'm on you know, we do that melody, and I was like, yeah, you know, I'll turn that into an actual song. And I do mention, you know, Martin on the track. Both of us made some racks. I mentioned Martin on there because he was supposed to be a feature, but you know, like most of my features, didn't find the time to get them over here to record, unfortunately. Yeah. Also, back to Loser. I don't know how Loser became my one of my top viewed songs. Just because I at the time, yeah, Loser's hot shit. And even now I do like Loser. You know, I like the chorus a lot. Verses could be better. You know, definitely Dre's verse. It could be much higher quality, but it somehow became like. I mean, I don't know where it is now, but it was like at the time it was like top 5 most viewed songs. Or like after pre-locked in, it was like top 5. And then the Click freestyle. Plot twist, it wasn't a freestyle, gotta be honest with you. I wrote the entire thing on my phone. Even saying that, lyrically it's not that good, so I can't really brag about, oh yeah, it's a freestyle, man, you know what I mean? No, because it's really not that good, and you know, I talk about fucking a bitch. I talk about, really, the opening, like, fuck your bitch on camera, man, that shit went click, whatever the fuck I said. So I do remember performing it live, like, a week after Stars dropped in the back of the ski club. That was a fun experience. It does suck that I don't have any videos from that performance though, because everyone who sent it to me, I got a new phone, so Snapchat like deleted all of this shit because it wasn't saved. Talk about the Life of Curly Fries 1 era. Life of Curly Fries 1 to me is the hits album. You know, it has Water, it has Kiss. By the way, I hate Water. I'll say that right now. Yeah, actually, no, I'll go more in depth when I get to talk about Water. This album was intended to actually be my last album for a while since I was getting braces on. And I didn't think I'd be able to rap fluently enough to make music after having braces, because I always hear like, oh, once you have braces, you gotta talk like this, you gotta have all this, you know, that stuff. But yeah, and I talk about that in Braces, the opening song. I don't know. The opening song. It's been a while, if I'm being honest here. I kind of forget my old track lists. Hot was supposed to have 2 features on it, other than me. and it was actually supposed to be 6 minutes long, which is interesting, you know, for that era. I mean, to have a 6 minute long song, that's fucking crazy. But we never found the time to record. Water. My most popular song, honestly, I hate Water. It seems like it's all people know about me. Anytime someone's like, you know, anytime someone thinks of like music, or like they put on my music, they put on Water. And I just come to hate it, you know. It was hard at the time. I come to hate it, not only because, like I said, it's the only thing that people know by me, or like really know by me, but it's also just like people going off the watch time, because I have access to seeing the watch time, how long people watch for. Everyone, you know, they listen to Danny's verse and then they just click off as soon as Danny's verse is done, you know. I don't know why that pisses me off so much. Maybe it's just because, you know, I actually thought my verse was versatile and not just talking about fucking a bitch and having a gun on me. But, you know, whatever. People like fast rap, sure. But yeah, Rejection was written 30 minutes after I was friend zoned. Literally, it's like, I don't know, like 9 o'clock at night. I ask my crush out. Or not ask her, I tell her I like her. And she's like, oh, we should stay friends. I literally, like 30 minutes later, found the beat, started fucking writing, man. Holy shit, man, that's great. Kiss was actually my favorite song I'd ever made before Locked In era. You know, the Locked In era. So yeah, that was good. I love Kiss. Kiss, I still like Kiss a lot. Not the one that you guys hear, though. There's a different version of Kiss that doesn't have the outro on it. It's very nice. And the Crush interlude originally actually had a piano, and I was like, and it was following the same melody as my vocals, you know, so it's like, yeah, I love you, babe. But yeah, so, and I don't know what the fuck I was thinking, because I removed it. Bro, I was listening to that shit like a week, 2 weeks ago maybe, because I was just going through all the files on my computer. My god, it sounds great. It sounds amazing with the piano, dude. Like, way better than what was released. Well, no, I guess I just removed it back then. Never know, man. The Phone Freestyle. I don't know why the track list, I don't know why I put Phone Freestyle right after the Crush interlude. I feel like I should have, like, dropped it in, like, Space Car or something and then have, like, the Phone Freestyle. Or maybe I end the album with the Phone Freestyle. You know, I think that might be a good way to end it. But I guess I put 2 interludes with no instrumentals back to back. But it was fun as fuck to do with everyone. Like, there's not much story behind it. I posted on my Snapchat saying, yo, if you guys want to be in the song, send me a video of you rapping or saying something. And I literally just, like, everyone who sent me stuff, screen recorded it and put it in the song at the end. So, you know, that was pretty nice. Space Car is fun. Though I have no clue why I mentioned Jizz so much. I don't know why I mentioned JJ and Jizz so much in my older music. Like, I get the reference personally, but why am I talking about a guy's jizz so much? A little gay, dude. But I remember I also said, you know, JJ watching manga. How the fuck do you watch manga? It's a book. And in 2007, was actually, this like kind of like car dealer. No one really knows the real story behind this. But, it was about my friends being addicted to vaping, and the song covered the story essentially of going to a party, and then someone that is close to you dies because of a drug overdose, and then, you know, yeah, that's how it is. Theme-wise, it definitely had potential for a great song, but with my voice and my over-exaggeration that hitting the bong once will kill you, well, shit, man. Didn't turn out to be the greatest thing, it didn't really become much, kind of wasted that idea. And then 4 favorite people. It was going to have Danny on it. I remember I talked with Danny to get him on the 4 favorite people, but we just didn't find the time to record it. Like most songs, with a feature. Talk about the Life of Curly Fries Deluxe era. This Deluxe is not good. Bagel was a freestyle on Instagram Live with Damian. We even made the beat on Instagram Live. Bagel shouldn't have even been released, if I'm being honest with you. Like, even back then, I could tell Bagel was just a fuck-around song that would just be like a throwaway. But no, we ended up releasing it the same night we recorded it. God damn it, Chewy! Fuck, I'm in the middle of recording. Shit. But yeah, the entire song was produced by me very badly, and it was a one-take freestyle. Out of Love was going to have Dre on it originally, and like other features though, it didn't find the time to do it. I don't really like Out of Love anymore. And then LOC sample My Life as a Teenage Robot's outro. It's cringe, it's terrible vocally. EXO My Life is literally a direct copy of EXO Tour Life. The beat, lyrics, flow, everything was copied. The Life of Curly Fries Deluxe was not good at all. It was terrible. Talk about the CurlyFries-San era. Before anything, I will say it again. This is the absolute worst piece of music or anything I've ever done. It is weeb cringe, and to be honest, I didn't even know much about anime at the time. I was a fucking fake weeb at the time. I had watched like 10. That's it. I made this whole fucking album, dude. JJ was gonna be on Anime Thighs Part 2, though that would not have even done anything to save the song. Waifu is actually a song I can kind of enjoy sometimes, at least for the chorus and parts of the last verse. Also, in the last verse, when a voice gets higher, it's because I recorded it about 2 months after the original, because, you know, it's kind of weird to think, but the original was even fucking worse. Like, way worse. Terrible, man. It was awful. Fucking Erase. I don't mind the song, but it doesn't mean it's good. I don't really like. I mean, I like the message I have behind it, but, you know, I don't really think I should turn that to the message. Whatever. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. SAO is the biggest fumble. The beat was fucking crazy, but my dumbass recorded all choruses differently, so they don't sound the same. They're off beat. What? God damn it, man. I'm terrible. The Forever We Can Make It remix, it's actually one of my favorites just because of the chorus. Even when I listen to the original song, I sing my chorus for it. DXD's garbage. The beat is even good. That's all I have to say. DXD is fucking awful. Lala, I gotta be honest, I don't even remember what this song's about or how it sounds. This is the most, like, I've at least re-listened to some of the other songs. Lala, I do not remember anything about. It is bad. And the last song, I'm not even gonna say the name. It is a disgrace to everything I stand for in my entire music discography. I pray that my new fans do not subject themselves to listen to CurlyFries-San, because it would make them not a fan. Talk about the Super Imperial Mighty Person era. S.I.M.P was the first full project involving autotune. Every song was a freestyle that turned into an actual song. I'm not even going to go in depth on every song since they're literally all freestyles, like I said. I kid you not, it's a love album, but at the time I was not with anyone, or I was crushing over anyone. Every song has no meaning. It's meaningless to me. The only song I will really praise is Not Too Late, because I think that's one of my best songs I've ever made. And I love that song. It's my second, to me it's actually my second favorite song I've ever made, because I find it perfect for just a song I listen to normally. That's all I have to say about S.I.M.P. S.I.M.P, Super Imperial Mighty Person. I wanted to call it S.I.M.P, and I wanted to come up with something so I wouldn't just call it S.I.M.P. So I came up with fucking Super Imperial Mighty Person! What the fuck was I on? Talk about the Life of Curly Fries 2 era. Life of Curly Fries 2, you know, just like the first Life of Curly Fries, I planned on this being my final album. You can see that in the cover, right? I put the end question mark, but I was really planning just to put the end, you know, just have that be the finale. But after listening to the album again and hearing feedback from other people, I realized just how absolute shit it was. It's crazy, man. I dropped 3 projects back to back to back that I think are shit. The album, Life of Curly Fries 2, though, it's probably had the most theme to it, I guess, out of any of my albums, because it was divided into different sections featuring all of my alter egos. Every 3 tracks I would switch the alter ego, you know. So yeah, Shout Out was recorded in the LOC1 era, and it has one of my friends saying Curly Fries at the beginning, you know, because I used to say Curly Fries at the beginning of every one of my songs. Be Alright was actually originally recorded in the 6th grade era, however, I re-recorded it for Life of Curly Fries 2, and every single lyric is taken. So if you think that song's like lyrical compared to everything else on the album, well, that's why. The beat, like I think the beat got taken down, but like, every lyric like is literally just it's someone put in the comment section. I took every lyric word for word. That's totally something 6th grade me would do, and I just I kept it because I was lazy. Bye Bye was gonna have Dre on it, and actually you can see that in the trailer that Dre was gonna be on it, but we didn't find the time to record it, and he apologized later. I still love Dre, great guy. You is from the Sad Boy Hours era, as I said above, and Slit Slap was from the late Life of CurlyFries-San era. The Sad Boy Hours era, and it samples a live stream I was watching of a good friend of mine who went to a different school. Very good guy, very funny, very talented as well. Comeback was teased during the time I mentioned Alter Egos. It's not a good song, but I guess I'll explain my Alter Ego. So there was Curly Fries, which is just, the normal guy. Straight Fries was the sad motherfucker. Matchstick Fries was the angry for no reason motherfucker. CurlyFries-San was the shit motherfucker because he's just a weeb and cringe. And then, yeah, those are my alter egos that I came up with. I was going to do other ones, but those are the ones I came up with. Yeah, fucking Cake. Cake was never supposed to be released. It's for some reason I did. I kid you not. I don't even remember finishing the song. I remember recording the give me that cake, yeah bitch, give me the cake. I remember doing that. I don't remember adding verses to the song at all. I do not remember doing that at all. It's just a mind-blowing memory. Zoom. So Zoom was recorded Life of CurlyFries-San era. It was actually recorded about 2 months after Water was recorded. That's why Danny was on there. I wasn't supposed to use the verse because he did ask me himself not to use it, but I was a little rebel, you know what I mean? So I fucking literally just put his verse on there and he got mad at me. That's what spiraled whatever we have against each other now, but it doesn't really matter. And besides, I also thought if I had him on there, the song would just pop off and be great. Yeah, blow up like water. And the final 3 songs are not the greatest, but I gotta admit, from the anime side, they're better probably than the entire anime album. And I don't know why you'd expect much anyways by those final 3 songs. They're just not good. That was Life of Curly-Fries 2. Not really much was going on in my head. The album cover was a picture my dad took whenever I was with my family outside or in Colorado. That was pretty cool. And I just put Life of Curly-Fries 2, the end. Not good stuff, man. It's not a good album. Talk about the Locked In era. Alright, Locked In. The moment you've all been waiting for. Also, I'm sorry that I have to have my iPad here, but there's literally... I had to write down what I have to say about this, and there's so much. So I'm going to be reading it off my iPad. But yeah, this is Locked In. After my shit last album, I wanted to do more music. But with how Locked In was going, it would meet the same fate, unfortunately. So I switched it up. I used more of a variety of beats and spent longer writing lyrics. Wake Up was intended to be a solo song at first, and I already had verses written for both. That doesn't fucking make sense. God damn it. Whatever. You get the point. I had verses written for both verses. They were also different from the Wake Up you all know. In fact, yeah, the first verse was even different. Then I showed the song to Anonymous, because at the time he was actually what I considered a manager, and he enjoyed it. He liked it. I will admit, I gotta admit, I was not keen at all on the idea of him being on it, since I wanted the album to be perfect. No offense to him, but he did not. I didn't want him on the song at first, alright? And I still, after hearing his final product, I don't want him on it either. So I played it off for a while by just saying, yeah, you should be on it. During this time, actually, about the week before Locked In dropped, my childhood friends Rio and Wiley came over. Hope it's okay to mention you guys' name. Love you guys. And then as well as another guy came over with their parents to have a party with my parents. After some shitty friends made Rio cry, fuck those bitches, we started cheering her up and began playing piano and stuff. Then I had the idea and asked if they wanted to do a song. So I pulled up Wake Up, and then Rio and Wiley did the choir that you hear on the song. I actually have a video of them recording as well. I put that in the Go to Sleep music video. But they did the... My voice isn't that great right now, whatever. You guys get the point. And the other guy was actually going to have a verse where Anonymous's verse is. He'd even written it. It was actually really good. But then he just fell asleep. Not good stuff, man. I could have actually had a good song. I mean, Yeah, you know what I mean. So I like Wake Up. Just like being anonymous kind of throws it off a little bit. Yeah, that verse never happened. Then a week later, Anonymous came over and recorded his verse, leaving only a day for me to mix and master his verse. Fun fact, the day Locked In dropped, I had to go home and edit Wake Up and re-upload it because I was listening to the album during the day to make sure there wasn't any things I could fix. And there was a part in the second verse where the audio, or the beat just mutes. And it didn't sound good at all. So I had to go home, edit that shit, and upload it again. But, yeah. Anonymous also wanted to be on Regret, but that time I just straight up told him no. Regret did not need a feature, and I'm glad he didn't get on it, because I wanted it to be short. Ride 2 is the second version of an unreleased song called Ride, and it's essentially the same song other than a better beat and added lyrics for Ride 2. The chorus was recorded the night I thought I was going to die, because I accidentally inhaled an air can while cleaning my keyboard. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. Literally, I have a voice memo of me crying. It's basically my will. I ended up deleting the voice memo just because I was like, let's hope no one finds this. But yeah, I did record like a 13-minute voice memo of me just bawling my eyes out because I thought I was going to fucking die. Yeah. Heaven was the first song I recorded for Locked In, and that made it to the release. It went through minimal changes other than mix changes, and the extra girl vocals layered under mine for the first verse and final chorus. So with those vocals, what I did, I literally just took the acapella of Heaven and then threw them into FL Studio and used a MA auto pitch and then pitched them up. It worked really well for that Heaven. I tried it on it as well, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, it worked really well for Heaven. Heaven's probably my second favorite song off of Locked In. It, to me, is the worst song on the album. It's not bad, it's just bland, like very bland compared to everything else. The chorus, I hate to say it because I wanted Locked In to be all original, but unfortunately part of the chorus, in fact most of the chorus aside from the what the fuck you say, that's a motherfucking bay, that the rest of the chorus is taken from the comment section. Otherwise all the verses are written by me, but the chorus, yeah, it's very sad. But yeah, it's the worst song on the album, why not? There was actually supposed to be a guitar solo on the final chorus, but I removed it because it did not fit. It sounds nice, but it just didn't work with it. The interlude samples, so Forbidden Love interlude. Samples one of my favorite anime-related songs, and I love my use of the different pitches in my voice. You know, the deep voice, high voice, whatever. I even panned it as well. I got really, really smart with the panning, I swear to God. But yeah, I think Paycheck 2 is probably my favorite song I've ever written and recorded, like ever. It was going to be over a different beat, but I ended up choosing the current sample type beat over the last one because the last one was just, it was kind of boring, kind of dull. I love my flow over it. Lyrically, I love it. I love everything about Paycheck 2. I find that song perfect, you know? Try To's chorus, part of the intro and outro were recorded through a mobile app that I used for the S.I.M.P album, for the auto-tune. That's why it's like a choir type effect thing. I also tried to bass boost it, but I didn't like the outcome, and also I would have called it Try 3. I literally have a recording called Try 3 with the bass boosted. It's not fun. And then Go to Sleep. I think this is the perfect way for me to end my musical career, because I ended the same way I started my musical career, you know? Like, sure, I started with Asian Chicken and Don't Be Gay on School Campus, you know, and Grateful Mode, but like, 6th grade to me was the first song that really, like, people would talk to me about. Like, once I dropped 6th grade, people would be like, yo, 6th grade, you know, like, so that's why I consider that to be the start of my musical career. Let's see. Sorry, I got lost in this. There's too much. Oh yeah, anyways, the second beat where I rap very fast, it's actually a sped up version of Devil in a New Dress by Kanye, which, you know, props to you if you pointed that out. But yeah, and I produced the entire song aside from the 6th grade melody. The night I released Locked In, I was so worried that people were not going to like it and that it was just going to, you know, I wasted my entire like 6-7 months working on it for no one to like it. But no, I was pleasantly surprised. For the first time in ages, people actually like reposted shit on their story about it, and that made me really happy. And then it made me even happier because people were actually like texting me, telling me their favorite songs and like post on their stories like top 3 songs, you know, all this shit. It was a huge moment for me. I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of tear up a little bit knowing that I had ended my musical career on a high note. So it was really nice, and I'll thank you guys again. Thank you so much for enjoying Locked In as much as you did, and I really appreciate everything about Locked In. Thank you. What did you do before making music? Before music, Before I even thought about making music, I really wanted to be a YouTuber. And I still want to be a YouTuber. I think it's so fun being a YouTuber. I just have a shit upload schedule. Like, honestly, very bad. But I used to upload videos about probably once a week maybe. Because I didn't edit it. I would get the recording and just send that bitch to YouTube. I'd play like Roblox and I'd play like Clash of Clans and all this other shit. For my channel. You can still find those videos if you want to go back to my channel. I'd upload like when Fortnite was in its prime, I played Fortnite mobile and streamed it and all this shit. It was really fun. But people usually call back to my plush bath experiment because that's kind of like a classic video. And that's from like 4 to 5 years ago. I don't know how long ago. I was young. And I love that video. I have nothing but good memories from my older videos because they were all super fun and everything to make. The plush bath experiment, the Freddy nose honk, everything. I was a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan as well. I still have the dream. There's a paper in my room which I can't show it, but I wrote it in 4th grade and it was kind of just me saying what I want to be in the future, and it was YouTuber, and I want to get 10,000 views so I can get money, which now it's 1,000 subscribers, which kind of sucks, but yeah. Really fun stuff. I had a lot of fun before I started making music, and I had even more fun making music for a while. There was definitely a point in time where I did get a little down making music. I just didn't really want to make music, but then Locked In came back, saved me, all this other stuff. Like Back to Life of Curly Fries 2. I don't think there were I don't think there was a single song that was recorded within 5 months of the album. For a lot of songs on Life of Curly Fries 2 were just reworked. Not even reworked, just songs I recorded in the past and just slapped on the album. That's it. Are there any future plans for Isaac versus the Clitoris? Oh shit. As of now, we're not really planning on it. We have an entire plot written out for 4 entire movies. That's just on my notes on my phone. It's actually really good. I've showed it to a bunch of people. We actually really like the story premise of it and how it all ties in together. But as of now, let me go back to that. Me and my team would love to see everything acted out. But as of now, I don't have the access to, to the actors, to do everything. It was really fun. We all loved filming it. Isaac especially, I don't think I'd seen him smile that much in a while, but we had a very, very good time filming Isaac versus the Clitoris. 6 minutes, not even 6 minutes, 4 minutes that we uploaded to YouTube. That was really fun. It was really fun editing it as well. It was a really good time. Parodies. The parodies. It all started with Asian Chicken, and then Grape Mode, and then, School on My Mind, and the Congratulations parody, and so on and so forth. Look, to every new fan out there, I understand that Asian Chicken is extremely offensive, but please keep in mind that I was in 6th grade, and it was a diss track towards 2 friends, and we were just fucking around, alright? Please, I'm gonna be, famous in a couple of years, and someone's gonna call back to Asian Chicken and, completely ruin my entire career. Please understand that I was in 6th grade. I didn't mean any harm by Asian Chicken. None of us did. Me, Kyle, or Sebastian. We didn't mean any harm at all. We were just having fun. It was 2 in the morning when we wrote Asian Chicken. And we were playing the fucking Bitch Lasagna piano melody. Really fun stuff though. That was really good. I do have an Old Town Road parody that is fully recorded, and I actually have the paper where I wrote the lyrics, and it was recorded before I even recorded anything from 6th grade. It was actually recorded after Grape Mode was, and I've teased it before in YouTube videos. It's really cool hearing my young voice though, even though it's very cringe, but it's very, very good stuff. I love parodies. Parodies are fun. Bart Baker was my biggest inspiration for making parodies, so I looked up to his parody videos so much. They were funny as hell. I still go back to his videos, like the Anaconda parody and the Fifi parody. He has a lot of the Wiggle parody. That's my favorite one, the Wiggle parody. He has a lot of great parodies though. You guys should go check out Bart Baker. What is your favorite unreleased song made by you? My favorite unreleased song? I have a song called IDK, or I don't know, that's what it stands for. And it was recorded in January of this year. And I think beat-wise, and melody-wise, and lyrics-wise, It's one of my favorites I've ever made, released or not. It's really good. I like it a lot. It's really fun. Will we ever hear IDK? Will you guys ever hear it? I don't know. You know, as the song's name is, I don't know. If you did, I'd probably have to change the beat because it's, you know, it's a beat from YouTube, and I like making my own beats now because I'm cheeky like that. That was fucking cringe, but whatever. Don't worry about that. But if it ever leaks, then yeah, have fun, enjoy it. You know, maybe CurlyFries leaks, we'll post it.
SoundCloud.
Prior to Locked In dropping, I deleted everything off my SoundCloud. So all prior albums, songs, whatever, they all got deleted, except for the, you know, the Good Friday copy type beat songs, you know. So other than that, I lost 3 songs from SoundCloud. There's Wet, Not Too Late, the freestyle, the original freestyle, and then Vaughn Studios. All of them, aside from the freestyle, were just fuck around songs. I didn't need to upload them to YouTube, so that's why they got the SoundCloud. You know, Wet was recorded like in a Playboy Cardi type voice, same time I recorded Slit Slat. And fucking, yeah, it was just a fuck around song. And Vaughn Studios is literally a one-take recording at 2 in the morning while I was on a call with one of my friends. Otherwise, yeah, Not Too Late freestyle was just, you know, what the freestyle turned, you know what I mean, yeah. Alright, well that's it. Once again, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has supported me, made me laugh, inspired me, and been there for me during these wild 4 years of me making music, you know. I really do appreciate you, and maybe in the future you'll hear me again on new stuff, but it won't be any solo projects. The name CurlyFries as a solo artist is retiring, so yeah, at least for now, Anyways, thank you so much once again for this, and as my younger self would say to close the video, toodaloo!
I don't know, but you don't know. Accusing me of shit, you little hoe. You don't believe me when I say you're only for me. You're thinking with other bitches and you think I'm really horny. You don't know how I really feel. Yeah, push me away. Next second you'll kneel, saying that I don't care. Well, maybe you don't care yourself to read between the lines instead of saying I lied. You gotta use your head sometimes instead of thinking negatively all the time. You gotta use your brain instead of saying I'm getting brain. Anytime I deny, you argue and ruin the day. I never turn it on you cause you're not the one to blame. It's all because of him, and I refuse to say his name, at least that's what you say. Maybe that's a